Hey everyone, so it's been a while since I've done any streams or anything, but I did want to go over like a bunch of videos on like the job market. So there are some YouTubers that I feature on my channel that have been talking about the job market and they've been kind of going over like what's happening in it. So I think I'll also go over that as well. Just gonna adjust the screen here and the size that I can display. Okay, I think that's a bit better maybe. Yeah. Okay, I'll have a look after and then check it. But this is a good YouTuber. She goes over a lot of stuff in Google. So I did watch her video, the most recent one. So let's just go into that one and then we'll cover that. So this one, the booming jobs, and then we'll go over some of the comments. Um,
I tried everything, coffee, Pomodoro, and binaural beats, but nothing stuck until I tried.
Everyone is talking about the
okay, and then we'll go over his video as well.
If you're breaking into data analytics right now, you're probably pretty depressed and pretty anxious with everything that's going.
Put on subtitles. Okay, so let's just quickly skim through this video.
jobs AI might eliminate, but not many people are talking about. I'm breaking down 5 jobs 6 and beyond. Number 1, does it involve lastly making big decisions when things
So
aren't as
I would agree with this. System level thinking doesn't seem like it's gonna get replaced with like anything because like system design, data engineering, architecture, development seems like it's pretty important. Domain expertise, if there's any domain expertise in like finance or agriculture, healthcare, oil and gas, that's not gonna get changed anytime. It looks like marketing analytics, supply chain analytics, and other analytics are still gonna be relevant. Working closely with people, of course, the soft skills, problem solving, communication is gonna be important. Making big decisions when things aren't clear, I definitely agree with that too. Like if there's cost saving decisions or decisions that make income, those are also probably good. So yeah, I would agree with everything that's kind of being said here. So I also am going to open up the chat on the side in case anyone does say anything. Not sure if anyone will join, but doesn't let me interact with this. Let's see. I have to log in everywhere on my channel because it's been a minute since I streamed anything, so it asked me to log in everywhere. Maybe I won't do the YouTube control panel thing. That's okay. Let's keep going through the video.
clear. If a role has 2 or more of these things, AI doesn't replace it. It helps you do your job better. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Role number 1, without a doubt, is machine learning and AI engineers. These are the people that are actually building AI. Think of these roles as running a lab experiment. For example, imagine an AI engineer working on a recommendation system at Airbnb. The model is ready to ship, but before it goes live, the engineer has to design how it runs in production, setting latency limits so search feels instant, adding constraints so new hosts aren't buried, and deciding how frequently the model retains so the recommendation don't drift or reinforce bias. Those choices aren't about finding bugs. They are about anticipating how system will behave at scale and making intentional trade-offs before users ever see the model. So yes, AI can generate predictions, but a human design how those predictions operate in
Yeah, that would make sense. You're talking about human design,
the
how
real
those
world
predictions
and take
operate.
responsibility. If you're looking to live from 100 areas, move a city, how architect ownership and how
So she said that machine learning engineers won't get replaced. This is like a 50-50 type of thing. It does seem like machine learning is being more automated, but yeah, it would make sense. Cloud, machine learning, DevOps seem like they'll still keep going.
teams can scale. Remember when to resolve it from back. So a typical entry level. Now this obviously product all
So
directions.
she mentioned software architect and product manager. Definitely product management will keep going. Software architect also makes sense, so I would agree with this as well based on my 4 to 5 years in industry.
Yes, you can actually move sample, a medical device, and you leverage and learn from and prioritize often work engineering roles and here can suggest milestones for
So engineering, design, business teams definitely, if someone can get involved there. So those roles probably won't get automated because it's a lot of cross collaboration and communication.
every team that is user manager to entry level 1,000. Now for to up to product manager that don't a good plan is how practice framework. The next scientists work symptoms quick. Do this work as the dashboard looks. Domain knowledge matters.
So I've personally been in the data science market for a while, and it's kind of hard to get a job right now. There's a lot of rejections. She did mention data science, but you need to be very skilled and be a senior, and the junior level market is definitely not accepting people.
The data scientists have and whether sign of teams will be placed by and the location and ethical hacker. And sudden surge in traffic.
Yeah, so cybersecurity for sure will stay booming because there's like attacks on data all the time with like healthcare clinics, hospitals, like Wealthsimple. So those roles will definitely still be there. So I think like those are safe as well, but they're hard to break into if you don't know anyone in your network.
On paper, vital spike lead limitation evolve. Real a typical salary, for example, all where real-time judgment. Yes, AI can support these roles, but humans still make the decisions that matter in that moment. All right, these were the 5 roles. Let me know what you think about these 5 roles. Are there any other roles that you think won't be replaced by AI, but rather be amplified with AI? And with that, I hope you're having a beautiful day. I will see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.
A more powerful QuickBooks.
So if we look at some of the comments on this video, let's go over what people are saying. Yeah, it seems like most people are agreeing with what's being said here. Yeah, it is able to think, plan, act, and architect code. There is no white collar job that's safe. I would agree with this person as well. Yeah, YouTubers, not sure if these would get replaced because this is content creation. Yeah, this person's saying all the junior level roles are cooked, so definitely that would probably be true. Okay, let's look at the next video from Sajjad.
To build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes.
The tech job market
Sajjad has to say about this. This video was a couple months old, actually. It was last year.
is cooked.
Microsoft, word of its plans to
We got millions of the culprit behind job.
Orient
AI conference. AI destroyed you. AI driven. Take notes. In a few years, they did and had a hire so they can do transportation to and from the airport. The job market looked at you as if you were stock per no one about it like it was in computer science course or it was really helpful. That was the month to open a website type, and it was obviously very
So
AI.
everything he's talking about the year in 2023, I would agree with as well. There was a lot of hype, and then it started dying down after 2023, so this definitely seems correct.
And robotic. Percent of people are revolutionary for the sense of Gordon real like, and a lot of baby 2020 with AI. People were hiring like crazy, and what goes up now getting saw computer science and land a two of consequences of this. And people 24 back in 2022. Well, that came to bite a lot of people in the behind because in 2024, there were AI layoffs. OpenAI launched GPT-4o and Anthropic launched Claude Sonnet 3.5, and these models were starting to get pretty good. Investors on Wall Street started rewarding companies that invested in AI. And so naturally, tech companies started laying people off so they could reallocate their budget to focus on AI development efforts. Because if companies lay people off, that shows investors, hey, we're smart, we're cutting costs, so the stock goes up. Then if they say, now we're gonna use that money to invest in AI, investors
This is probably true too. They didn't want to convince investors about different things, so this would make sense as well.
are like, oh, fortunately, Google recruiter days. And since there are so many words and companies, imagine getting 100, you wouldn't even read through all those because of AI. Then a lot of companies approved the use of AI tools. Like because of that, companies like Salesforce and others saying that
if you want to have a job in the next 5 years, these are the AI rules you need to know.
This class isn't about writing prompts.
You know your job better than anyone. When you shift your thinking about AI, you can make 10 times the impact you normally would.
level software engineer at basic code. Do a lot of that for engineers, but in my perspective, cheating on everything. Graduate
Yeah, so he's
straight.
right about this too, about like people cheating on their exams and stuff. So I remember like in exam season in April, ChatGPT would like be very slow because all these students would be doing their assignments and projects. So this is definitely true as well with like students like funding this, and also services like Chegg went out of business because people don't really upload solutions anymore. They just ask the AI.
Straight into a six-figure software of everything you in an architect to who are skilled than anything. We need to upskill. But anyways, at this point, if you're a new grad, there is no doubt that afford to just outdated companies are still hiring. It has raised. I mean, what am I role and land
as many numbers as you can in your resume there, because people, I took it a step further with extra experiences. Tech education.
a lot of resumes and recruiters spend on as it is experience. Build an AI for a US citizen, it will help you out. Go remove the experience. Ended up landing a where market.
I was really lucky at my school. We had this like decided to make this an Amazon marketplace where you could kind of shop for different medical procedures that you may need. So like end to end, we found with and use like building a product. Like it showed like, hey, we can think out
hired. But that actually stand out are if you want to get hired as a software.
The conundrum and the paradox is how do you build software that'll have an impact and stand out if you're not in the domain? So it's kind of like a chicken and egg problem. So you could do a bunch of projects. I see people do 30-day challenges. I did a 30-day challenge a while back. But like how does it translate to value if you don't have domain knowledge? Like you either need mentorship or case studies, or you really need to talk to people in industry and get a sense of what they need and what are their pain points.
Software engineer, impact driven. Identify Amazon market in just used to generate millions using Replit. What used to take ridiculously fast. And worst case, such that you don't even this tech job market. Job market like this, only differing company like Google, for example.
Also not sure how correct he is about networking. Maybe I've been doing networking wrong. I have like about 7K connections on LinkedIn, and very few people have helped me in my job search. Like you have to do relational networking and strategic networking and like cold email, but also build relationships over time and also understand like what skills are teams lacking and where would you be a good fit. So it's a bit more than what people are saying.
for example, which is great. What I call the LeBron referral. If it is his own in the game, manager reviews your resume. The ultimate. I was talking to an engineer. In fact, all he hiring managers reach your work online. You're pretty smart. Would you want to work for us? And so I always encourage people to fill in positions.
Yeah, he's not wrong. I would say he's right for the most part, even though this was in September. So, yeah, it's not a bad breakdown. Let's look at Avery's video. What do the comments say, actually? Was there no comments? The heck? Podcast transcript. Oh, it was a chat replay. Okay, I see. So this was a live video that he had done, but it's not. No, top chat replay. It's see if this loads.
Going on, it feels like there's no data jobs left. By the end, I'm going to share some raw, transparent numbers that I think is going to give you a little bit of hope and a little bit more insights to what the data market is actually like right now and what you can expect moving.
So this is very recent.
Forward. The first question you probably have aren't growing years. You'll see that data engineer roles have grown.
Yeah, I would agree with this. The data engineers are much needed. Like even my current work, like they need pipelines built, orchestrations, automations, design, and lots of kind of feedback for the automation to work.
49%, about a data analyst, engineers, 100 data engineers is at storing these need to act. I think we're seeing a big role was actually voted cool, but it can't actually do the way that they do today. And that, okay, we need data engineering. We need data engineers to build the fundamentals of a good foundation that we can actually build our data analytics and data science projects on top of. So I think we had a little bit of false, like mega growth for data science and analytics. This is growth in data analysts, less in the world, right? Becomes stagnant is the reason, but specifically, well, the data analytics and data science teams and projects will kind of follow after that. Also, I think it's important to realize that there's a lot of pressures going on in the world. Specifically, what I know is the US, there's like a crazy political thing going on where there's tariffs. No, there's not tariffs. There's visas. There's no visas. Like the stock market is up and down every day. Like things are a little bit tight. It feels like we're going to have a recession or a financial crash soon, but it hasn't happened. I've been waiting years for it to dip down so I could buy the dip, but it just keeps going up and up. So I think to stay stagnant isn't actually necessarily bad. There's not less data jobs. It's just like we're in a weird place where we're trying to see what's happening. Now, personally, if I'm being 100%, I think a lot of, though I could, because there's quick wins, I try to free and 25 Jumpstart.com is, it's the FANG. Well, here at number one, we have Accenture.
Let's see. Accenture, I applied there, never heard back. Amazon's definitely tricky. McKinsey would never hear back from there with my current skill set. Deloitte, another big firm. Citibank, okay, American Express. These are all in the US. I'm not sure what would be in Canada equivalent. Capital One is a bank. I do see they're hiring. I do see Tata Consulting at Sea hiring. Cognizant, yeah. I had a friend who worked in Capgemini in India, but then he stopped working there in Canada. Couldn't find a job here. Wells Fargo, another bank. So it looks like it's a mix of banks and firms that are hiring. Maybe insurance providers.
Accenture, 6 now if you companies or to work, and that's basically every company, their business, whether they're a hospital or a bank or even like a mom and pop shop, like data analysts are needed everywhere. So although you might really want to work for a tech company, focus on these to paying and hiring data professionals, get all of this data product. And if you listen to it, but basically real time. So are going to send this notes down below. Roles, there's no warning whatsoever. Again, the big important to people illustrate this reason I'm here.